Okay, um, in this video, I'm using a joystick on the Color Computer 2 um, to move this blue circle around. Okay, now this is low resolution mode. This is the lowest resolution this computer has. There's a medium resolution and a high resolution, but I did this in low resolution because in high resolution you don't get to choose any colors, it's just black and white. And then in medium and low resolution you have a choice of two different color sets, and I'm not going to go through them all right now, but in this color set I'm using blue, red, and green as a background, and there's also yellow, which I didn't use. Now what I'm doing is I'm moving this, I'm going to call it a ball, around with the joystick. So you can do that. It's not that hard to do, but the reason I'm making this video is that the Tandy color computers, for some reason, they did not support sprites. Okay, a sprite is what video games use to create characters, mostly, that move around on the screen, and those are your sprites. But for some reason the manufacturer didn't include sprites. They included everything else but not sprites. So there's a way that you can do it, sprites, but you have to use machine language, which I don't know machine language. This is just basic. But I did discover a way. I'll call it a crude way of different ways that you can mimic sprites, I'm going to say, because they're not true sprites. Now this circle that I'm moving around, it's a sprite, but not really. It's mimicking a sprite, because like I said, this computer doesn't support them. Now on the Commodore 64, which was a better built machine, it supported sprites, and it had a music chip, which this computer doesn't have. This computer can only use tones, sounds, and musical notes, but it's nothing spectacular. Though if you know how to, if you can read music, you can write a pretty good sounding song. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about something that is extremely difficult to do on this computer because of its limitations. So there's a grid in the middle of the screen, a red grid. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the controller and I'm going to move this ball through the grid. And as it goes through the grid remains in the background. Now, if you try to do this using get and put, which is the closest thing this computer has to a sprite function, if you use get and put and you try to do this and run a circle or anything over something in the background, it will be completely erased. And what I mean by erased is that wherever the sprite travels, it will leave behind an empty space. And it's terrible because, if you want to create like a demonstration of something, you can't have a foreground and a background. You can only have one or the other because it will erase the background as it moves along. But as you can see here, I've come up with a method that eliminates that, and I'm able to move this sprite across a background, and the sprite stays in the foreground and the background remains the same. Thank you for watching.